Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers. Sometimes all it takes is a single sentence to blow a whole relationship apart. That's how this story begins, with honesty, and how it ends, with a betrayal I never imagined was already unfolding behind my back. I'm not happy. Those 3 words had been circling my mind for weeks before I finally said them out loud. We were sitting on the same couch we'd shared for 4 years, eating takeout like any other weeknight. Ethan barely lifted his eyes from his phone. He just shrugged and muttered, "Then go find happiness somewhere else." No shock. No concern. Not even curiosity. Just dismissal. I sat there frozen, chopsticks suspended midair, waiting for him to realize what I'd just said. Maybe he hadn't heard me. So I tried again, slower this time. "Ethan, I mean it. I'm really unhappy. I feel unloved. You don't talk to me unless I force a conversation. You feel like a stranger." He kept scrolling. Then, with a bored chuckle, said, "Okay. You said what you needed to say. Want applause?" That line pierced straight through me. We'd spent 6 years together, from tiny college apartments to soul-crushing jobs to months where I held him together after he was laid off. I was patient when he shut down emotionally. I believed in him when he didn't believe in himself. The man who once danced with me at midnight in the kitchen didn't exist anymore. And the man sitting beside me now didn't even care that he was losing me. So I did what I never thought I would. I packed a bag and left. No screaming, no tears, just quiet. My coworker, Ella, offered her spare room until I figured out my next steps. She was exactly what I needed: gentle, open-hearted, and supportive. I started therapy. And those first weeks were brutal. I cried in the shower. I stared at my phone hoping he'd send something, anything, to show I mattered. But the silence was deafening. No apology. No, "I miss you." Nothing. Then came the guilt. Had I been too hasty? Too emotional? My therapist kept reminding me, "You didn't walk out because of one moment. You left because you were unseen for over a year." Still, something nagged at me. One night, out of habit, I logged into our shared streaming account and noticed a new profile. Babe Heart. 5 seasons of a romantic show I begged Ethan to watch with me had already been binged. My chest tightened. This wasn't new behavior. This wasn't a rebound. This had been happening while I was still living in that apartment. A sick intuition pushed me further. I still had access to our cloud storage. He never changed the password. Inside a folder labeled Work Docs were dozens of photos and videos of Ethan with another woman. Candlelit dinners, beach trips, videos of them kissing under fireworks. One photo had a timestamp from 2 weeks before I left, the night he claimed he had to work late. She was gorgeous. Confident smile, dark hair, a glow about her. But her beauty wasn't what shattered me. It was his face. He looked genuinely happy, happier than he'd looked with me in years. Suddenly everything made sense. He hadn't grown distant because he was depressed or stressed or exhausted. He'd grown distant because he'd already moved on. I messaged him immediately. "How long have you been seeing the woman from the cloud folder?" His response came instantly. "I wasn't cheating. You checked out way before I did. I just didn't want to argue." He didn't deny it. He didn't apologize. He just blamed me. That night I cried harder than I had since walking out, but this time not because I wanted him back. I cried because I had loved someone who viewed me as replaceable. Ella held me and whispered, "You left because you weren't happy." Turns out he'd already left, just not physically. A week later, while scrolling through social media, I saw something that made my stomach drop. Ethan and Babe, whose real name was Nicole, were engaged. Less than a month after I moved out. The caption under their sunset photo read, "Sometimes the wrong person has to let go so the right person can arrive." The audacity. At first, I assumed Nicole didn't know he was still with me during their affair. But then I found another picture, the two of them on our couch with my throw pillow, posted 2 weeks before I left. She knew. That's when I decided I wasn't going to stay silent. I didn't go on a revenge spree. I didn't vandalize anything or start drama. I simply posted one photo on my private Instagram, a picture Ethan took on my 30th birthday. I looked radiant, hopeful, completely unaware of what he was doing behind my back. My caption: "Wild to think I was planning a wedding with someone who was already planning one with somebody else. Choosing peace is better than choosing to pretend." Within hours, my inbox flooded. Most friends had no idea he'd moved on so quickly. Others admitted they'd seen them together but didn't want to interfere. Then Nicole messaged me herself. "You should have let him go instead of holding on to something dead. He didn't love you. Move on." I didn't reply. I didn't need to. I forwarded it directly to Ethan's mom, who adored me. Let's just say Nicole's engagement celebration didn't end as smoothly as she hoped. Here's what I learned. Sometimes the bravest thing you'll ever do is walk away even when it cracks you open. Because once the truth surfaces, you realize you didn't lose love. You escaped a lie. Please help me to reach 1,000 subscribers.